Hi, my name is Samantha Neely and I'm with my client Lacey, and today we're going to be conducting muscular endurance tests. And we're going to start out with the ACSM push-up test. So with the push-up test, there are two different forms of a push-up that are used in this test. For men, the standard push-up position is used with the foot as the pivot point, but for women, we are going to be using a modified push-up or the knee push-up. This push-up is going to look like knees together, legs at a 90-degree angle, feet in plantar flexion, and we're going to make sure that our back is straight the entire time. A lot of times people want to bend, put their butt up in the air, or dip like this. We just want to have the back at a nice straight angle. The knees are going to be used as a pivot point, so we're not using our feet to try to assist us in this push-up position. And the hands are going to be shoulder width apart. We don't want them too wide, and we also don't want them too narrow, so just right at shoulder width apart. As we're conducting this test, a good rep is going to look like we're going to be starting down here in the down position. The client is going to be lifting themselves up into a straight elbow and then back down until their chin touches the floor. It's important that their chin is touching the floor but not their stomach. A common mistake is that the person will want to bend their back first instead of keeping their back straight the entire time. Same thing on the way down, they're going to want to touch their stomach down before their chin. So making sure that that back angle is nice and straight the entire time is important for this test in order to get good reps. The number that she will be able to do will be the max amount that she'll be able to do without taking rest. Alright, so do you have any questions? Alright, so go ahead and get on the mat for me. Alright, so you're going to start in the down position, making sure that your knees are the pivot point, feet are in plantar flexion. You can go ahead and start in the down position. Alright, so when I say go, you're going to attempt your best amount of reps for a push-up. You have to go all the way to a straight elbow and then lift or lower yourself in a controlled way until your chin touches the floor. Alright, go ahead. Do you feel like you can't do it at all?
Right.
Alright. No?
No.
Without keeping your back straight?
Right.
Okay, so in this test, my client, you can go ahead and just sit up. In this test, she was not able to perform a single push-up in the modified position, which basically means a couple things: that she falls definitely in the needs improvement category, and that's something that we will definitely address in the fitness prescription. And secondly, this means that this test probably wouldn't be a very good predictor of her muscular endurance, since this is kind of a 1 rep max type exercise for her. So it'd be more of a strength related test. So we wouldn't probably want to use this test in her case for endurance. The next test that we're going to be performing is also for muscular endurance, and it's the ACSM curl up test. Now the curl up test involves kind of like a crunch, and first off we have to prepare our area by taping off where the client is going to be putting their fingers for the test. So what I did is I put masking tape 8 centimeters apart. For individuals 45 years of age or older, you're going to go 8 centimeters apart between the 2 pieces of tape. For individuals younger than 45, it's 12 centimeters apart. Since my client is older than 45, then I did the 8 centimeter apart measurement. Next, we are going to have the client lay in a supine position and getting the fingertips on the first tape, just at the edge of the first tape. I'm going to have them lay down. Their back should be flat. Their legs should be at a 90-degree angle, just resting. So like I said, fingertips at the edge of the tape, and we are going to have them go from the bottom position to the top position. This is the bottom position. The top position is going to look like this. We're just making the fingertips touch that second tape. Right when it hits the edge of the tape, that is as far as they need to go, and then they can go back down. That constitutes one repetition, is going from the down position to the up position and then back down again. The spine is going to be flexing at about 30 degrees. And the client is going to be performing this test to a tempo of 40 beats per minute on according to a metronome. So I'm using a metronome app that is set to 40 beats per minute. And the way that metronome works is that on the first beep, the client will curl up, and on the second beep, the client will curl down. So what that will look like is, once my fingertips are aligned, up, down, up, down, up, down. This test will be performed until the client reaches either 75 repetitions or until they cannot keep up with the cadence of 40 beats per minute. All right, so do you have any questions? No? Got it? All right, so go ahead and lay on the mat for me. Head on this side of the mat, laying on your back. You're going to want to scoot back just a little bit because we want your fingertips lining up with this part of the tape edge. Scoot a little farther forward actually. There we go, on both sides. All right, so right when you start to feel the tape, yep, good 90-degree angle, right when you begin to feel the tape, that means that you've hit the top phase of the curl up position and you're ready to go back down. On the high note of the metronome, that is when you go up, and on the low note of the metronome, that is when you go down. I will start the test for you, so you'll hear a couple beeps before you start. All right. All right. Sorry. Do not start yet. Go. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember to breathe. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Keep it up. 12. You done?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got to 12. So that will be her score for the curl up test, 12 repetitions. And she was no longer able to keep up with the cadence of 40 beats per minute, and so that's when the test ends.